8 of the.
It's Clip-On Comics, Velvet Joker, and we're here with Mitch Hallock, and we're going to talk about TERRIFICON one more time.
That's right. And he saved the best for last.
I like to believe that. I do.
Sure. Or I've just done all the others.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
You have done all the. I would listen every time you appeared. I was so jealous. I'm like, oh, finally, we have a little piece of Mitch to ourselves.
No, honestly, and I didn't mean to be snippy to Rich last week, but I said, bro, I've been on 8 of these things this week, and I'm like, I don't even want to talk, and I don't want to see me.
I gave you an out. You
did, and then I felt bad because you have been with me longer than the rest of the hanger. I mean, the other people.
It's okay. You can say it.
No, it's that scene. It's scene in Batman Begins when he tells everybody to get out of his house. And he's like trying, because Ra's al Ghul's there, and he's like, everybody just go, all you sycophants and this and that, and your birthday, just get out of here. And they're like, oh, Mr. Wayne, I see the apples fall far from the tree. Your father would never be this way. He's like, whatever, get out of here. I'm like, anyway. But he was Batman, and I'm not Batman. And,
he had a reason. He's like, I'm trying to save your life.
Reason. My reason was I wanted to go play the new Indiana Jones video game, and everyone's bothering me. I'm like, leave me alone. I want to go play my video game.
All right, so Indiana Jones. Let's get right into it.
I was just playing it upstairs when I came.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. What did you have to do? Something happened to him?
I don't know.
Cliff is down. Repeat, Cliff is down. Are we going to wait for him?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what.
I don't know. Maybe the cat threw up. I don't know what's going on at that house.
All right, well, he can catch up or watch it tomorrow.
He could. That's funny. His own, whatever. Go ahead, Rich.
Exactly. So, Mitch, Karen Allen.
Yeah.
You've been waiting since 1978.
Yep.
You finally got your opportunity. You got her to the show.
Yeah.
You look super happy in the panel. Talk about that for me.
You just did.
No, well, tell us your experience. How did you feel? What were you? Were you sweating up there? Were you calm, cool, and collective? I mean, the history.
I do.
But,
I'm always calm,
right in front of your face. It's a whole different story.
Well, I have been trying to get her to the show since 2015. That's no lie.
Mm-hmm.
And it was always a scheduling problem because she was involved with this local film festival up in Massachusetts for the longest time. And it was always that weekend. And something happened, and then it never could work out. And I finally kept asking. It's the same manager as John Wesley Shipp. And I was always like, hey, can I get Karen Allen? Can I get Karen Allen? He's like, no, she can't. Finally, he calls and says, hey, her schedule's open. Do you want her still? And I'm like, of course I do. So she came in, and then when we were doing the panel schedule, I circled it, and I said to everybody, I am hosting this panel because this is the only chance I'm going to be able to talk to her because, as you well know, I'm running around putting out a million fires that no one ever sees and dealing with a lot of stuff behind the scenes to make that show run as smooth as it does. But I just wanted to have 1 hour, or actually 45 minutes, so I could just sit down and finally talk to Karen Allen. Like, I've been watching her movies for decades, and I've, always wanted to really talk to her. I've met her at shows here and there for like seconds, but this is where else am I going to get a chance to do that? So I did. I sat down. I did the panel. I didn't have a script. I didn't have any questions prepared because I know her career. I know all the movies she's been in. I've seen them all. So I literally could just have a fun time talking to her. And it was very casual. It wasn't very structured like most of those panel Q&As are. And I just, chatted with her. And then I did get to talk to her backstage and in the green room and such. And we had fun just doing photo ops together and then just BSing together. And she was just as delightful as I thought she would be. Like, I always dreamed of, I've seen her in interviews. Like, she seems like a nice person, and she really was a nice person. So I don't know if that answers your question like you wanted me to, but that is the answer. She was just as nice as I thought she would be. And she, it is what it is. So there.
Absolutely.
Because I've had other actors that I've admired and been fans of and brought to the show, and then when I do meet them, it doesn't always go as I thought it might, and that's the way it is. And then I can't watch their shows ever again.
So it ruins it for you.
And it does. I mean, I realize they're actors, and they're played to be certain people, and they're pretending or acting, but sometimes things don't work out like you think they would be. So whatever.
Right. All right. Well, I'm glad you
Oh,
had that.
but no, she was one of the few that was everything I thought she would be. So there you go.
Well, that's great because you're such a big Indiana Jones fan. So that is.
I know, and I actually listened to the panel. I was driving the other day and I listened to the audio, and I was like, hey, that sounded like a good interview. But yeah, and then Ki Kwan was there. It was like Indiana Jones heaven that weekend. Ki Kwan was there, my friend from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom and the Goonies and Everything Everywhere All at Once, Academy Award winner.
Yep, Loki
season 2. So hey, he's back. Okay, we've done stalling now. Now we could really tell the story what happened.
Good Lord. Well, I could tell you how me and my acquaintances almost accidentally killed Doug Jones on the 9th floor Saturday night.
That would have made the papers.
It would have. And it's funny because I'll tell you the funniest part. The funniest part is that I got to piece all the pieces of the story together afterwards, right? Like, so it was live at 9 on the 9th floor, something like that, with 3 men in the basement. Right?
Yeah, I saw that. I was supposed to be there for that, but I was in another restaurant or something. I remember.
You were probably having dinner with Mark.
I was having dinner with the group, and I was saying, "Oh, I'm supposed to be at this thing at 9:00," but I couldn't get there.
So there's a whole bunch of us in this hallway. A lot.
25 of you. I've counted in the photo. It was a lot.
Yeah, and not including the photographer, right? So
yeah, that would be 26. Yeah, you're right.
Hence why Mitch put online, "Get off the 9th floor."
Yeah. So, Otto had moved this. I didn't even realize it. It looked like
he redecorates the whole lobby area.
He did. He redecorated the whole lobby, and he's running and there's a lamp, right? And because they need the light, and the lamp cord is running, and they put an extension cord, so it's running across the floor. Now we're all mindful that it's there, all of us, right? We are aware. We're trying to behave ourselves. We get it. We're not behaving ourselves that much, but we get it. There are people who come through. We tell them to be careful. But Doug Jones shows up. I'm in the middle of talking to one of my buddies. I see him. I say hello. He gives me a hi. He looks a little bit like glazed over or something, right? And he keeps heading straight across with, his whatever satchel thing he's wearing. And he trips right on that damn cord. And if you know Mike from Lunch Money Comics, Mike caught him like miniature Superman.
Really?
He got that man and put him right back on his feet. It was fantastic.
I did not hear this. Yeah.
No one heard this. It just happened like this. And, he turned around and he thanked him. So when I come back downstairs, Dave is waiting downstairs the whole time. He's like, Cliffy, I saw that guy from Hellboy. He was getting on the elevator. He was really, he was really out of it. He goes, I asked him if he's okay. And I said to him, I know who you are, but I'm not going to be one of those people. And I want to make sure you're okay. Like a stalker fan, right? And he's like, no, I'm okay. I just, I have to get to my room. It's been a really, really long day, whatever. Right. And so that glazed look he had, apparently he even had it downstairs, and Dave was genuinely worried about him. And so when I tell Dave the story, he goes, oh, well, that makes perfect sense. And also why he did probably, even though everyone was pointing to the cord, he walked right through it. So I don't know.
In his defense, you don't expect to have, plugs in the middle of the lobby area.
He saw the 25 of us. He saw the stream was going on, this laptop. He saw the room, but I don't know if in that fog, right? Because we've all had the fog, right? I don't think it was anything else.
I'm in the fog right now.
Yeah, exactly. So
he's tired. He might not have eaten all day, or he might have had a cocktail, or any of the above.
No, it wasn't that. It was. I from what he told Dave, it sounded like it was a food related issue. But anyhow, he just happened to have that thing. Where'd you get that? How are you? And Najee, hello. All right, so I just want to tell that story because I thought that's one you definitely haven't heard. So yeah,
I have not heard that until this second. Let's see. Oh, I
Love
forgot we're live. I'll put the comments on so I can see if people say stuff. All right, where'd you go? All right, there you go. I'm watching.
There you go. So, Mitch, did you hear the Alex Garfin story with our buddy Scott Corcoran?
Cochran? No, I hung out with Alex a couple times that weekend. I did not hear anything with Scotty. What happened there?
Okay, so Scott was his assistant on Friday, right?
Yes, right. He could only be with us Thursday and Friday. He had to go on a family vacation starting Saturday. That's why he wasn't there. But yeah, what happened?
Okay, so no, nothing bad. This is a good story.
No, that's fine. I would have heard if it was bad. Unlike Doug Jones almost tripping over something.
Yeah.
but Mike saved him.
Mike, Lunch Money Comics Mike saved him. And I just was on one of these things with Lunch Money on Friday, I think. So
indeed you were.
Yeah, you were on 3 Men in the Basement. I watched that
next
day.
I was, yeah.
But anyway, so I saw Scott on Friday, and at the time, Alex wasn't there, and Scott said to me, he goes, he said that he'd be right back. And that Alex said, I'll be right back in a little while. And Scott had told me that he had some behind the scenes things going on. I didn't know it was a vacation, but
plus, it was his birthday that day.
Yeah, and it was his birthday. So I came to find out later, when I bumped into Scott again later, that Alex had come back with a birthday cake for Scott.
Oh, that's correct. Yes, I told Alex that it was his birthday. Yes, I do know this. Yeah.
So that was a very nice thing. And
it was very nice.
When I saw Alex, he had nobody at his table on Saturday at one point. So I took the time to go over and I said, hey, Alex, I just want to let you know, you getting that birthday cake for Scott. That's really a nice thing. And, you're a real mensch. That was a real Superboy thing to do. And the boy blushed. He got sheepish. He was like, no, it wasn't a big deal at all. Scott's a really good guy. And, he deserves it and stuff. Nice. Yeah. And it was just really cute. And I just wanted to share that with you.
I like that kid even more than I did 2 minutes ago. He's a very nice kid. Very nice young boy. Yeah.
And I saw him hanging out with Tyler a few times. And of course, I caught him with his buddy
Joey.
Friday and Saturday night. They're just walking around the hotel with their cocktails. And I'm like, well, this is fun.
Yeah, no, I hooked up with them on Ming Chen's pub crawl Saturday night at the Vista Lounge, which looks like the Fortress of Solitude, actually. And I talked to young Alex there, gave him some life tips, and told him to keep his nose clean and stay on the straight and narrow because he's got a very interesting life, that young kid. He was coming up from El Salvador. He works down at the United Nations. He's doing a lot more than just like being an actor on a TV show. So good for him. Yeah, and he's got a love for music. He loves Bob Dylan. He knows a lot of music that a kid I think he's 21 or 22. He's not that old, maybe 23. He has a very old man knowledge of music, which is impressive. So
he was an incredibly impressive young man. And and it's funny because I kept running into him. I actually got to have random conversation with him. But the one I only ran into once was Bitsy and her husband.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I was like, I immediately, because I'm talking to the guys at Otto's booth and they walk coming right out. So I was like, oh my God, you two are more beautiful in real life. And she was like, oh my gosh, thank you. And I'm like, you're welcome. And I was like, and my heart just soared because she was like so sweet. But no, I was like, oh my God. So I told Scotty Young, because I saw Scotty Young shortly after this. I said I had bi panic for the first time in my life. I've never been attracted to a woman and a man at the same time before. It's usually just men. I was like, all of a sudden, I was sweating. I was thinking, oh my God, could I just be with this couple? And Scotty starts dying laughing.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
He says to me, I'm sorry, what's bi panic? And
I just kind of figured that out now. I was like, bicycles.
And I'm like, well, bi panic is when a straight person realizes that maybe they're not 100% straight. And he's like, is that what happened to me when I met Oh my God, the guy that recently played
Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa.
He's like, is that what happened to me when I met Jason Momoa? I was like, what happened when you met Jason Momoa? He's like, beads of sweat started running down my face. He recognized me. He asked me to come sit with him. He bought me drinks. He's like, I just didn't know. He just looked amazing and he just smelled amazing. And the whole time I didn't know what to do with myself with Jason Momoa. And this was at another convention.
Wait. Scott, Jason Momoa knew who Scotty Young was?
Yes, and Scotty Young was like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" You know, like, Jason Momoa was like, "Hey, you're Scotty Young." He's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, come over, come have a drink." And he's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" So he was just completely blown away, and he doesn't even know how Jason Momoa like actually knew him. If Jason, Momoa,
I don't know. I'm surprised too when you just said that. I was like, really?
Yeah, like I don't know if it was like Jason Momoa like recognized him as a guest of the show that they were doing.
Oh,
together,
maybe.
or if he actually liked the guy's art. But here's the tipper: when they started chatting, he did ask him about his art. So he's like, "Oh shit, I think he really knows who I am."
Well, I mean, he's done comic book movies already, Aquaman, and what else was he? He's going to be Lobo.
Yep.
And he was Conan. He was that time, and then he was in Game Man. Maybe he's a comic book guy.
I think he kind of does like comics.
No. And Scotty Young is one of the more popular guys out there. He's he's very famous.
He's very well known. His cover art is insane.
Yeah, but it's hard when you
God,
see artists. You don't see them. You see their drawings, but you don't see their face. That's why it's like always odd that they pretty much most artists can go through the world anonymously because people don't know what they look like.
Never mind. I already found an article from Fandom in 2018 where Jason Momoa is an admitted comic book lover.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you go. But still, that is pretty, amazing. That's cool. So now we know what by panic is it?
Yeah, by panic, where you're not sure. Right. Normally, it's when it's happening to a straight person, but since it was happening to somebody who's always been gay, I was like, "What is happening?"
There you go.
You learn something new every day.
His chest was doing most of the work.
But anyway, there was a lot of amazing creators at Terrificon this year.
Yes.
We had, Walt and Louise Simonson that I both got to talk to, and they were both lovely.
Yep.
Lovely.
And Bob McLeod.
Who doesn't hate us yet, which is great.
Yeah.
I'm always afraid that, like, Los Cruces, my boy, how are you?
Hello from New Mexico. What part of New Mexico? Santa Fe, Taos? I've been to New Mexico. Albuquerque? What part? I've been there a couple times.
He can tell us. I want to say it's Albuquerque, but I'm
Albuquerque. Not. Okay, there's an Albuquerque Comic Con there that I know of.
I got to redeem myself with Stephanie Phillips this year.
Oh, I didn't know you had an encounter.
Well, last year,
that's correct. New Mexico. I'm so stupid.
Last year, Stephanie was there, and I asked her a dumb question, something like "as a woman," blah blah blah, and she gave me like a snarky answer, and I didn't even end up using it. I was kind of embarrassed and stuff.
As a woman, what does that mean? Like in what context?
Like, instead of as an artist, I said, as a woman.
As if she was a classification to some other being type of thing. Like
exactly.
It wasn't a human, so she was like subhuman. So yeah, I could see where somebody would take offense.
It was a dumb question. It was a dumb question.
It sounds like it might have been a good question, but you do the way you set it up.
Phrased it badly.
You phrased it badly. Yes.
Exactly. So I wanted to redeem myself this year, and I had heard that she had this new She-Hulk series.
Oh.
Coming out off of the Imperial series that Jonathan Hickman, who was also at the show.
Yes.
So I know that I think they announced
that just came out last week. Actually, now that you say it,
there was a 4-part series.
And that was the prelude. It was
I think it's going to go on to be an ongoing series, I believe.
Yes, I picked up Imperial She-Hulk and Imperial Black Panther last week when I was at the comic show.
She-Hulk will be coming to us as a result.
I see, because I know she was doing Phoenix. That I don't know if that's wrapped up yet, because I did have a book for her.
So I went in. I was like, first there was Byrne, then there was Slott, now there is Phillips. Let's talk She-Hulk. And then she lit up and stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, Stephanie Phillips is a permanent guest of Terrificon. The door is always open for Miss Phillips to come back anytime. She knows that. Her and I have an understanding. We have a mechanical bull connection. between the
Okay,
two of
very
us.
nice. Yeah,
So yeah, that's that.
she's a great writer, and actually, I just heard back from her assistant today, so we're just trying to lock down a date for Cliff and I to interview her.
And she's a hell of a bull rider. So next time you talk to her, you could tell her I said that.
Well,
And
that
she
is
knows,
one of the
because
questions.
I actually have video on this here phone right here
Okay.
that could prove that. But
All
I
right.
will not post that without Stephanie's
No.
permission.
No.
Absolutely.
But I was there. I
And
saw
Rich,
her
to
ride
play
that
it safe, let me ask that question. All right,
Yeah.
let me ask that question.
About the bull riding? Sure, you go
Mitch
for
Hallock
it.
says you're one hell of a bull rider. There you go.
Absolutely.
Yes, and
What
the late great John Cazaday, he was there to witness it, so he would attest to that.
Back you up. So do you have a top 3 things that happened at Terrificon this year, Mitch, that you actually did get to see and enjoy?
That I haven't said on all these other shows? Sure. Let me see. The top 3 things that happened at Terrificon. Well, of course, you already mentioned the aforementioned Karen Allen. That was number 1, probably. Number 2 would be Ki Kwan. Ki Kwan coming back after 10 years. Now that he's got such great success, it was very nice for him to make the extraordinary effort. I mean, he literally got on a plane, flew in on a Friday, came to the show Saturday, and flew back on Sunday. I mean, it was really, I called the favor in, and I asked him about a month before the show, and I said, hey, it's been 10 years. Do you think you could do it? And he said, let me work my schedule. And not a lot of people in this world, let alone his level, would move things around and honor an agreement to come back. And he did. So hats off to Key for that. So that'd probably be number 2.
Awesome.
I probably got to say this, the 10 years, honestly. I mean, that's probably the utmost, because 10 years is a very significant number. I mean, that's like you made it through. And it, as you're doing it year to year, you don't think about it. But when you hit that 10th number, it's like, oh, now we're going into double digits. So it makes it seem more legit. And I know it's probably petty of me, and it's one of those things people don't do, but I'm not a saint, so I'm not going up for sainthood. But along the way, you meet people that say to you like, oh, this and that, and a lot of negative people, a lot of people in this world that my mom would say it goes up to being jealous, and I kind of don't think that, because I think that's giving people more credit than they deserve. But people do say a lot of stupid stuff along the way, and I'm one of those people that absorb all that stuff. Maybe that's why I'm so fat, because it's really full of a lot of people's bad insults. But I tend to dwell on that, the negative. I know I'm not supposed to. You're supposed to accentuate the positive, but I do take that with me, and I get up every day with it. And I swear, I know you're not supposed to say that gets you out of bed to go back and to prove someone wrong. But I got to be honest with you. That is one of the keys to my success, is that Italian Ukrainian brain set that's like, yeah, you want to see? Let's go. You want to dance? Come on, I'll finish this dance. I had the guy that ran, one of the owners of Super Mega Fest, at the very first Terrificon 10 years ago. His girlfriend, who he's not with anymore, but she was there at the time, and Jimmy Gambino, who's been with me for years. He's the guy that sells all that artwork off to the side there, Toys from the Dark Side. I said, oh, how'd you like the show? How did you like the first Terrificon when we were at the other smaller convention center on the other side of Mohegan Sun? He goes, oh, I think you did a good job. I think it was a very good show. And it was really good first turnout. And he says, yeah, but I don't see you lasting. And his girlfriend at the time, I can't remember her name, very, very nice young lady.
And much more wise than him, I hope.
Yeah. And she said, he said, I don't see you lasting. I see you getting burned out. I go, really? He says, yeah, I can't picture you doing this for the long haul. And I never forgot that. And she even said, can you swear on your show?
Yeah.
She looked right at him and said, yo, you're a real asshole. And they were going to get married. I think they were engaged, but then they never did. And she went off on her own, and he's doing God. Well, the funny thing is, I always remember that. I remember her standing up for me in a way. We're like, what kind of comment is that to say? The guy just, did a good show, and you're telling him he's not going to make it. He's going to burn out. And I think about that when it was the 10th anniversary, and there is no more Super Mega Fest.
No.
Went the way of the dinosaur. used to be the big shit. And again, this is not to gloat, but when someone, they were up here and they were the show to go to, everybody was like, "Oh, you got to go to Super Mega Fest every Thanksgiving. It's the thing, And then the guy telling me, "Well, you're not going to last," and I'm still here, last man standing, and he's not here anymore.
Remember what Ralph Cramden said to Norton on The Honeymooners: "Be kind to the people on the way up, because you're going to meet the same people on the way down."
Yeah, and I always remember that. And then I remember him would call me up and ask for a free table, and I'd be like, "Oh, gods, what's this free stuff, huh? Can I pay my bills with free? Can I pay my grocery bill with free? Can I fill my car up with free? No, there's no free ride. Ain't no free ride. You got to pay. You want to dance, you got to pay." So, yeah, he's not around anymore. Again, very petty on my part, and I know it's like, "Oh, you're so why waste your time?" But there are some other people that I've encountered in my life that tell you can't do it, and I actually go to do it, not so much because I want to, because I have this bizarre low self-esteem that has to be spiteful and shove it in their face and go, "Hey, jackass, not only did I do it, I did it well." Boom. So, yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of booms,
true confessions from Mitch Hallock. I could even go back to when I auditioned for Saturday Night Live back in 1986 one day, and the girl that told me, "You're not going anywhere. You're just like the rest of us, and you'll just be here in West Haven." And she's still in West Haven. I'm long gone from West Haven. But again, too much true confessions here, everybody. But
yes. So Mitch, this year there was the big evil looming thing that you had competition this year.
Yes, I do. Competition is good for the soul. Yeah,
because the same date that you had TERRIFICON, Schman Schmexpo Boston had their thing, and I there was definitely chatter that was it going to hurt TERRIFICON and stuff. No, I've already heard from other shows, so why don't you let everyone know what happened?
People showed up at my show.
Yeah, and did that affect your amount of people that showed up on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday?
No. I'm still here. We're going to be here next year.
That's right.
And I've said it to other people, man. Look, I grew up in New Haven. On one street in New Haven, on Worcester Street, you got Sally's Pizza.
Yeah.
You got Pepe's Pizza. Yep. You used to have a Bate, but it burned down. Used to have Tony Lucille's. Modern is on State Street, which is 3 blocks away. Okay. But I'm just saying, if you want to go for pizza, you got to go make your choice of which one you got to go to. Now, it's the same thing with conventions. What are you going to get? You want to get this? You go there. You want to get that? You go there. I have always attested to being a comic book show. There's a great comic collecting community, which Cliff is part of. And the 3 Men in the Basement are part of. Lunch Money Comics is part of. Colossus Comics is part of. There are so many of these fellas out there and gals too that make up this comic book collecting community. That
there's Velvet Joker guy.
Velvet Joker. They're coming here. They like, hey, look, if I want a hamburger, a cheeseburger, I don't go to Pepe's Pizza. I go to McDonald's. I go to Burger King. I go to Wendy's, Five Guys, whatever. If I want to get a white clam pie, pizza pie, I don't go to Wendy's, Burger King, Jake's Way Back Burgers. I go to a pizza restaurant. It's preferably Pepe's. So people and fans are like that. They make their choice. They go, hey, I want to go to a show where it's very intimate and I can meet people like Scott Snyder, Stephanie Phillips. I can meet all the creators that I want to have a conversation with them. Save Doug Jones from tripping over an extension cord. I'm going to go to TERRIFICON. If I want to go meet so-and-so or whatever and I'm into that, then I'll go to the other place. So it is what it is. Competition is good for people. I mean, Burger King and McDonald's are practically in the same street where I live around here. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. And everybody worries about it so much. And I kind of, again, being petty, I go, you're not paying for this. What do you care? You're not, is this coming out of your bank account? No. Are you paying my bills? No. What do you care? You're not getting anything.
People are weird, but I mean, I felt that anytime I've ever shared anything with you, it's only because I want you to succeed. I would never say like
you're on Team Mitchie, and I like that. You're on Team TERRIFICON. You're a foot member for life, man. And Rich Davis, Rich was a charter member of the Team TERRIFICON, man. He's been there since.
I want you to know, I'm the phantom charter member because I was there with Kevin as Green Arrow, and no one remembers.
I know that, and I remember the boxing glove. I remember that. And somewhere in my photos, you probably are there, because if you were with Kevin, I was taking pictures. You're probably in the background. So.
I'm trying to start up. Magic happens at Terrificon because it is magical that we can.
It is what it is. So to answer your question before, it is. I mean, it is. It's what are you going to do? What are you going to do? We're on the same. There's only 52 weekends in a year. I tell people, you're not going to do it on Christmas. You're not going to do it on Easter. At least I'm not. I'm not going to do Labor Day because that's Dragon Con. There's only so many holidays. You're not going to do Mother's Day weekend. You're not going to do this, that. Hey, I like doing it in the summer. There's eight weeks in the summer. There's only so many weekends. You know, it is what it is. You're not going to do. I'm not doing San Diego Comic Con weekend because most of my guests would be at San Diego because they're comic book creators. Right. I'm not doing Connecticut, which is right up the street in Hartford, though I could, but I'm like, I don't want to step on Matt Diego's toes. I mean, he's got his own little thing going on up in Hartford, and he's been there for longer than I have. So why would I take him off? So, it is, you know, we're here. It is.
You make your space, but you are the best in New England, and as far as I'm concerned, you're the best ever.
Well, there you go.
And magic happens at Terrificon. It's
obviously Cliffy had to buy Panic. I mean, that's a magical moment there.
Yeah, there's a lot of magical experiences, and it's really cool because these are like legends of our childhood that you can just walk up to, and they're very open. They will talk to you.
Yeah, and I go to New York. I go actual Dracula's Team Terrificon as well. I go to the big New York show. I already got my passes for this year. I go to Baltimore. Baltimore easier. You could talk to creators in Baltimore, but New York, I mean, for the majority of it, for the actors, forget about it. It's like a factory. You're going to go there, next click. You're never going to get a chance to actually talk more than like a minute or so, you know? So you get to do that here. I mean, that's one of the main magical moments there. Like you said, people meet their heroes. I saw people hanging out with those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle guys like crazy. I mean, they were having like their own convention in that corner over there, you know, the actors and such.
Yeah, I talked to Robbie Rist about Cousin Oliver.
Robbie Rist, yeah, goddamn Cousin Oliver, man. He was having a party that weekend, you know. And Doug Jones.
At no point did I recognize him. It was like on the last day.
You finally figured it out?
I was like, oh, Cousin Oliver from the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
But that man was having the best time all weekend. And I was like, and I had no idea who this dude was. I was like,
oh, no, I knew the first night he was there, he had a Cousin Oliver, an 8x10. I should have grabbed it there because he sold out of them, because I said to him, I hated you since I was like 7 years old. He goes, I don't know you. I go, you're Cousin Oliver. And to answer actual Dracula, yes, I went to it last year in 2024. It's a great show. It's at my alma mater, Southern Connecticut State University. And I unfortunately could not go to the Indie Comic Creators Show this year because it fell on the same weekend as my CT Gamer Con at Mohegan Sun. So I couldn't be in two places at once, though I was supposed to be there. I was even asked to do a panel because I used to be the cartoonist over at Southern Connecticut for 4 years on the newspaper. And I was very mad that I could not make it there. So anyway, that answers that guy's question.
So yeah, well, Robbie Rist told me that that the show, the Brady Bunch, was already on its way out.
Oh yeah,
but he said that he says the legend is better than reality. So he said whenever he's on film, he tells the legend instead.
Why?
That he was the end of the show.
No, everybody watching it back in the day when we were kids. When you watched a show, either somebody got pregnant, they had a baby, or they brought a monkey on the show. And sometimes they did all three. But if you watch, you'll see like Lost in Space, they bring a monkey on. The show's gone. You bring a little kid, mad about you, they had a kid. The show goes off the air. You know, there's always something going on. There's another show that brought a monkey. Oh, BJ and the Bear, but that was in the title. There was a monkey to begin with. But
right. Started with a monkey.
It always used to be a thing like, hey, ratings are down. Bring a monkey on the show. It's like, what? What are you talking about? But so when you see Terrificon get a chimpanzee at the show, you'll know that's it. You might as well don't even buy a ticket.
No, it'll just be JL Ape weekend at Terrificon.
Oh, look at him. Or it could be Cliffy in a monkey suit running around.
I hope you're paying me.
I will. I'll do
Okay.
that.
I'm still waiting for the Doug Jones panel to drop. You still haven't seen that from
I haven't yet,
So
dude.
If there's a future Doug Jones panel, I would like Rich, myself, and Mike from Lunch for the Comments to all be there.
No, and I tell you, I wait for these panels too because I don't get to see any of them until they're posted. And I'll hear the audio on the John Suntress word balloon, but the videos, I don't see any of that until they post it. The only reason I know the Karen Allen one is I was there, so I know what that one was like. But
right, and the Justice League panel one did drop.
yeah, the Phil Lamar and Carl Lumley one. I watched that one. I watched the Turtles one. It was very lively. Mm-hmm. I saw the Haley Atwell one. I think that's. Oh, and I saw the not Smallville, the Superman and Lois panel. That was a good one. So yeah.
So
you're
let
right.
me tell you about the Justice League panel.
Yeah.
So at the end, as at many of your panels, you get to ask questions of the stars.
Yes, sir.
So I got to ask Carl Lumley about the when Martian Manhunter was brought back to Superman's family's farm, and he gave a lovely 3-4 minute answer. He is such a genuine,
very nice gentleman. Yes,
man.
Yes.
And then I'm a huge fan, as you know, of Phil Lamar. And it was cool. He totally recognized me, so I totally appreciated that. And but I had asked him if he ever got to
forget you. Who could forget you?
Exactly. If he ever got to talk to Neil Adams.
I think he did at our show years ago. Yeah,
he did. He told a great story about it. And then he said even at another con, he made sure that he introduced Kevin Conroy to him so that the two things that were in Phil's heart for Batman were together.
Nice. That's a good
That was really beautiful. And I mean, that was a fantastic interaction. And then I took the opportunity at the end as they were leaving to see if they would take a picture with me, and they did.
They did. I saw that photo. It was very nice. Very nice.
So it was really nice, and both Phil and Carl liked all the pieces of content with them in it, and they hearted it and stuff. And that night, I went back to my motel room, and I hit up Zia to let her know that I talked to Phil about her dad.
Yeah.
And Zia Adams, who, of course, is Neil Adams' daughter. We ended up messaging back and forth for about an hour, talking about Phil Lamar, talking about her dad. And toward the end of the conversation, she says to me, she goes, Rich, I want to share this with you because you're such a Joker aficionado. I go, okay, Zia, what is it? And she says, well, my dad pencil sketched this picture of the Joker. And I turned around and painted it. And it was kind of eclectic and one eye is bigger than the other. His hair's frizzed out. There's explosions going on behind him, but he's holding this delicate flower. So we were talking about the contrast of everything. And I go to her, I go, man, that would be something I would love to have on a t-shirt. And she goes, what size, what color, long sleeve or short sleeve?
Wow.
So long story short.
Oh, it came already?
It's right here.
Wow, that was fast. Look at you.
It's right here. And we're going to open it live on the air.
Do it. Do the unveiling, the unboxing video.
So from Phil Lamar to Neil Adams to Zia Adams, I have in here, it's in another envelope, a one-of-a-kind collaboration T-shirt. And let's see. So we have a certificate of authenticity.
Of course.
And it says Zia Adams exclusive original artwork T-shirt print 1 of 1. Neil Adams, Zia Adams, Joker painting signed with signed original acrylic painted Joker illustration on back. 8/25/25, and it's got a little picture and her signature and the official seal. So boom, boom, boom.
Look at that.
And now this is very well sealed. This is a 1 of 1. I am really excited about this. And I made Heather hide it so I didn't open it prematurely. Oh, wow. This is
It's a good thing we did this show a week later because you wouldn't
have. All right. So here is.
Oh, my goodness. Look at that. That's crazy. It kind of looks like you, Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, the teeth not so much, but yeah, I mean it's
And
some
I'm
weird
gonna
teeth.
get to look at it.
Oh,
And
look at the back. Let's see the
we
back.
added this to the back.
Let's see. Hold it up. That's cool. I like the little Joker fish on the side.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
awesome.
a Zia original right there.
Yeah. So this is a one of one Neil Adams, Zia Adams. Nobody else will ever have this but me.
Well, now that you put it on the internet, I'm sure they're going to make bootlegs over in China.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
But you'll
that.
have the original.
It's
But you'll
pretty
have the
incredible.
original.
It's pretty incredible. Magic happens at Terrificon.
Magic does happen at Terrificon.
It truly does.
So
Good night, everybody. That's it. No.
Yeah, that was my big highlight for sure. But
that's a massive highlight. The 320 comic books that I left with for
I heard
$150. So wait, when you saw me, I told you I became a wagon person, right?
You had the little cart thing.
I'm a wagoneer now.
I know. I saw you. It was you know what? It was a very smooth run show this year because I actually had time to not only recognize you, Cliff, but actually have a little conversation with you. And you were right up front near the information table, and I was like, "Oh, look, it's Cliff." And yeah, I did even a photo with you. Most of the time, I'm in that Doug Jones haze that you don't know what's going on, and you're like, "What's happening?"
No, you were there. You were alert.
I didn't lose my voice this year. The first time in 10 years, I didn't scream my head off, and
nice.
Everybody was happy, and it was. We all talked about it. The days afterwards, I were like, "That was the most, smoothest show. There was no drama. Everything was like clockwork. I mean, there's always some hiccup."
I did see you executing orders at one point at the front end. And it was fantastic. It was like you and you, you will get to and you, and I was like, and it was like rapid fire, and everybody just moved, and I was like, oh, I love it. It was great.
Yeah. I don't remember that, but sure.
No, it was so fast.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's not even the way I remember it, but you had
no, I'm sure it was just as good.
Yeah, but you had like 5-6 people, and you're like, okay, boom, 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 boom. See you there. And off we go. And it was just like, oh my God. So
I am the captain of the ship, buddy. It's like, hey, man.
He has been doing it for a decade if he doesn't know what he's doing.
I've been doing it for 13 years now, but yeah. But, mostly by myself for, I mean, Sharon helps with all the stuff and does all the logistics at the information thing, but being on the floor, run around, find broken chairs in the back room, and somebody needs a pizza, and all that stuff.
By the way, someone had the nerve to tell me this year that you have a lot of help.
Like two?
And I was like hands and feet? Yes.
On the show day, yeah. I mean,
right. And I was explaining, I was like, yeah, like hands and feet, absolutely. And they're like, oh no, I'm like, no. Organizing is all him, all day, every day. That's it. I was pretty like, much. whatever impression you think you have, you are wrong. This man works, and I see you everywhere.
I know.
And you're working it everywhere. I see you at All Yeah Comics. I see you at CliffsCon. Yep. I see you at 3 Men in a Basement. I see you everywhere, and you're working it out. And Big Lion Cat is watching. Big Lion Cat also went to Terrificon. He had a fabulous time.
I got to get a real job. No, man, thank you. But yeah, I mean, I'm already picking guests for next year and already having doubts if this is the right decision to make. And will people come and see so-and-so? And is he still popular, or is she a big draw? And, no, see, that's the stuff that I don't really have anybody. I do have some friends I'll call up and bounce names across them because they're comic book fans or they're movie and TV fans. But Sharon, for the most part, she's very logically minded, and she'll say, well, how much does this person cost? And how many people do you think you're going to get? And, what's the demographic? Who are we trying to receive? And so there's a lot of that devil's advocate, because I'm like a Joe fanboy. I want to get everybody. If they're available, I want everybody.
Well, but you announced someone right away, didn't you, Mitch?
What?
Didn't you announce someone right away?
I did announce somebody, but Cliff just said something. I didn't hear.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You had that actress who played Cat Grant, and let me tell you, The men were so happy
I
to meet
know.
her. The
She made a lot of people happy and it made a
Oh
lot of
my
money
God.
that weekend. Yeah.
Listen, there's a lot of people who did not know who she was right away, but they left that weekend with a photo.
I know. I was surprised because she, of all the people I had at the show, I worry that, like, did people know who this person is and stuff? Because I knew who she was. I actually knew who she was from Guardians of the Galaxy, which was
Yeah.
the funniest thing, is because she always stood out to me. Even though she doesn't have a speaking part, she's in the end scene with Glenn Close, and they're there with Star-Lord, and she's got a little clipboard on the side, and she just does a look like they go, oh, we saved your ship or something, Peter Quill, and kind of looks up. And I always said, whoever that woman is, she's very attractive. And I just noticed her then. And then to find out she's the voice of Floor in Guardians 3, which was one of Rocket's little friends. I'm like, oh, I love Guardians 3. And then when she became Cat Grant, which was a co-creation of Jerry Ordway's, who's my buddy here. And I'm like, wow, this is all lining up. And then she's in the movie. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I was surprised.
She has lines in the movie. She actually has a part.
She has lines in the movie. And the thing of it is, too, I was surprised because in the movie they have her as this big platinum blonde person and she's dark haired. I mean, obviously it's a role, but I was just like, oh. And then to hear she's in this One Piece now and she's going to be voicing this other character that's very popular. So it was cool to see so many people in line for her. I mean, she was like overwhelmed.
I gotta tell you, I honestly think it was one of those things where like a group of people knew who she was when they got there, but it just became an
and then Superman movie just opened up a month earlier, and it's been a big hit. So that helped too,
Yeah, and because I had friends of mine who didn't know she was there originally, who were like, "Oh my God, I met her! Oh my gosh, she's so hot! Oh my gosh, she's so nice! Oh, I got my photo with her!" And I'm like,
yeah.
The artists were super busy because I was trying to get both Dan Jurgens and Jerry Ordway to tell me the story of them going to the Superman set. But they were both too busy the whole weekend.
You could have talked. I think, Kevin McGuire was there too. Actually, McGuire was there, and Jerry was there, and Jurgens was there, and Tom King was there, obviously, because he's working a lot with James Gunn on Supergirl and. I think even Peacemaker. He's doing a lot of stuff with James Gunn. But there's a lot of artists and writers that we had at the show that were there. Yeah, because Jerry, he can't tell me, obviously, things because they signed non-disclosures and stuff. But he saw a lot of it. So when I watched the movie, Jerry's like, I was right there when Superman breaks the door in and looking for crypto, and he throws the desk across the room at Lex Luthor's. Oh, and we were there when this guy, and we were at the Fortress of Solitude. And then now, if you watch those behind the scenes videos that are on the WB, you'll see Jerry sitting there, and there's James Gunn talking to him. Like, oh, Jerry was telling me he saw this and that and met Superman. But Kevin McGuire actually. I think he said, Superman burst into the office and he was looking for the dog. I think that's how word got out that crypto was in the movie before the trailer. So sometimes they have to be like very careful what they say. But what was it? Jerry, I mean, you can catch up with Jerry and stuff, but Dan was very busy all weekend because it was the summer of Superman. I did bring in a lot of Superman creators there. So a lot of people were talking about that.
They're directly associated with the death of Superman.
Yeah, and Brett Breeding as well.
Just a couple of years ago. So I noticed a lot of people were there with all their doomsday stuff and everything.
Yeah, that's always a big thing.
Louise and Bob are also part of that Death of Superman.
They are.
So that made a lot go on. Do you know what I was really proud of?
What?
That I knew that Louise Simonson was once Louise Jones because a whole bunch of people did not know why I had Louise Simonson signing New Mutants and stuff. I was like, because she was the editor. No, she wasn't. I was like, Louise Jones.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh. And I'm like, oh.
That was funny. I was at their house the other day, Walt and Louise, and somebody had sent a book in to be signed. And the little post-it note on the book said, please give to Louise Jones. And they were like, oh, look, someone, your other name there. So, she's always nice. She couldn't be here last year because she was ill, but this year she made up for it. And they're always very nice people. I watched a video of this fellow that came all the way from England. and he tried for 3 days to get a sketch from Walt Simonson, and he finally did it on Sunday. So everything ended happily ever after. But I do watch all these videos and all these little reviews that people post, and I was watching every week. This guy posted episode 1, episode 2, and at part 3, do I get my sketch? And I'm like, I don't know. Do you get your sketch? So I just saw it the other day, and I'm glad it ended well for him.
Did you get to hang out with Ben Schaefer?
Not as much as I normally do, but yes, I did see Mr. Schaefer all the way from Australia. I did watch him, and I don't know who Matt is, Big Lion. It's Mitch, by the way. Mitch, not Matt. So you can go ask. You can go ask Matt if Jim Steranko will show up. I don't know who.
Jim Steranko's been there twice before.
I believe it's a phone fumble. We're gonna let's.
All right.
Grace. Do you think you'll have Jim Steranko?
I could always invite Jim. So there. Sorry, Big Lion Cat 646. Sorry, misspell. It's all right. And you just misspell. I'm a Catholic schoolboy, so we're a little nuts about grammar.
Let me tell you, you don't know how many times I'll type in during Word Balloon and it'll jarble and garble.
That's all right. No, I'm
just like, no.
Plus, you work in advertising since 1989. You do spell check and proofreading constantly, so that's a big thing. And look at that shirt. He's gonna go look at his one-off Neil Adams, Zia Adams, crazy ass Joker face.
Yeah,
and it's on purple. You know what's nice? It's on purple too.
It is. It's beautiful.
That's a nice touch.
It's really good. I'm really excited.
What else can I tell you? Yes, I do already have guests for next year. Yes, I'm already talking to people. Yes, I'm already booking artists and stuff for next year. Yes, I'll be at New York Comic Con and Baltimore Comic Con and every other show there is, trying to recruit people. So yeah, there you go. Right.
I finally got the guts to talk to Keith Williams this year. What a delightful man.
Oh my God. Keith's one of the nicest people in the world. Yeah. I mean, everybody was nice. Kyle Baker was fantastic. A lot of first time guests we had there. Kyle was great. Jonathan Hickman, Chris Eliopoulos was great. Umberto Ramos. Umberto Ramos was fantastic. Who? Franco's not new, but he's always very nice.
I was just saying he was fantastic.
The Pinneys, Walt and Louise, Wendy and Richard Pinney were very nice. The ElfQuest people. Owen King was cool.
Yeah, he was.
The author, son of Stephen King, was very nice.
Is it
Jeremy Adams? Jeremy Adams was fantastic.
What? So I had all sorts of expectations, and how there's reality or whatever. So the two people who I had a blast talking to, and I was not expecting it whatsoever, were Scotty Young, and Jeremy Adams.
Jeremy Adams
was just like, oh hey, and blah blah blah, and then it was like both times I had these phenomenal conversations where I was like, oh my God, I love talking to you so much. Like it hit me. But Jeremy Adams was wonderful.
Wasn't he great? Yeah. I was watching his post. He's like, will TERRIFICON live up to its reputation? I go, geez, I hope so. And then sure enough, he comes running up to me on Sunday. I was walking by their table, Comic Sketcher, and I was going back towards information. And he runs up to me and he goes, Mitch. I go, yeah. He goes, I'm Jeremy Adams. I go, yeah, I know. I make your graphic because, I don't do anything. I go, I know who you are because I made your little image and I promoted you. He's like, oh, I just got to tell you, this is the greatest show ever. I was like, okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he had
a great time, which is always nice to hear. Then he can go tell his friends. Go tell your friends. Go tell Jock. Go tell J. Scott Campbell. Go tell all these people. Go tell John Byrne. I want to get these people at the show.
John Byrne is tough. I think we all know that.
I know that. That's my icing on the cake. If I can ever get Byrne, I guess I could retire. I really can.
Kevin Eastman had a great time.
Kevin Eastman's coming back in 2027 already. He's already. They're like, hey, we're coming back. I said, you got it. Because I don't. Me. I try to stagger when people come back. Like Howard Chaykin was back this year, and he was just here last year. Usually I do every other year with Howard, but I was trying to bring in as many people as I can for the big 10th anniversary celebration.
So
But
have you tried emailing John Byrne? Like, have you gone the old school route?
I don't directly talk to him. I talk to people that know him, and I've asked them to do it. I did ask him in person back in New York Comic Con 2022. I think he was there at the IDW booth, and he's just no. And then I met him that time. We went to an estate sale, and me and Paul Kupperberg and John was there, and I asked him there, and it didn't no. He doesn't have any interest in doing it, so it's very hard to get somebody out if they don't want to do it. But I'm trying. I'll keep trying.
I know he's burnt. He's just a lot. He's just been burnt out by a lot of this industry, as many people are. Yeah. Which is brutal. Like, one of my friends told me this trip, he's like, wow, I've spent $400 this weekend and I haven't bought any comics yet. Right?
What was he getting? Sketches and signatures?
No, just signatures.
Wow.
By the end of the weekend, he spent almost $1,000.
Holy crap.
But at Saturday evening, before he started going to shop for books, because we were talking about it, but Saturday evening, he's like, I've spent $400 and it's just been signatures. And I'm like, oh my God, dude. And he had results certainly varied, right? But yeah, he's like, oh my God, like, I want to support them, but like, some of this was brutal. So I was like, all right, like, and it's funny because I actually thought that for your show, the prices were a little more reasonable than when I was just at Heroes, And of course, the most unreasonable will always be New York Comic Con. It's gotten out of control.
Oh yeah.
But again, New York Comic Con is brutal on the guest.
It's on everybody. There's so much money. It costs a lot for the booth. It costs a lot to stay there, to travel there. So all the prices seem to go up because everyone's got to make back their investment. It's a business over there. So I understand it. Thank you, Big Line. I do run a tight ship. Great work. I know. I even posted that bit. I was talking to a couple other people about it because I was curious, because I kept seeing these same words come up again and again and again. And that was so well organized, so much to the point I was going to say, look, I think it's a compliment. But it's like saying, oh, he's fat, but he's got a pretty face. You're like, hey, what the fuck? What does that mean?
That's usually what I get.
It's like that backhanded compliment. Like, oh, this is so well run. How did you do it? And you're like,
every year we hear the nightmare con stories, the parking stories.
And that I honestly I put it out there. I said, hey guys, what is this well organized? What's going on at these other shows? I mean, you hear things, but I got an earful. Let me tell you, I wasn't looking for compliments. I was just curious, like, what in the hell am I doing? So it's not rocket science. I mean,
listen, you have a wonderful venue. Number one.
Yes.
Number two, you bring value to the price point, right? And three, you're actually well organized. Okay. Now, a lot of things that go right, we can give to the venue, right? Like the staff.
Oh, the line comes through. I hear, oh my God, the line's a mile long, but I was in within 25 minutes. I'm like,
exactly.
They know what they're doing, man.
They know what they're doing. They keep it moving. The parking situation.
It's free on-site parking.
Free on-site parking. No, I mean, you can't. There's no argument. And in fact, the parking actually got closed off on Saturday. When I came back with my wagon, I could not get in to the parking lot. I had to drive to
the other ones.
No, I drove around to where the employee gas station is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I went in through there and I saw that they have pulled the gate down on the parking garage. So I had to find a spot outside, which I did.
Wow.
And then I came back in with my brand new cart.
I did not hear that. That's interesting.
And Dave was mind blown when I told him my whole adventure. And but anyhow, he was really happy when he saw the new wagon, because he was like, "Oh, good, I don't have to carry this bag." And so, like,
yeah, but imagine trying to do that in New York City. Imagine trying to get a cart, and you'd never be able to do that.
And in New York, you spend a fortune on parking immediately. It's either that or you take a train and a cab, and that is a nightmare. one year when it was in February near Comic-Con.
It was when it started. It was in February. Yeah.
Yeah, me and my friend, it was
snowed.
bone chilling cold.
No, I remember it. Yeah.
And we walked forever in that bone chilling cold till we finally got a taxi that took us to Grand Central. And then it's so funny because, of course, he's not gay. So, of course, something gay is going to happen, right? So we're like this with our winter, not a real gay thing, but like we're like this huddled together with our winter coats looking like a couple because it was so awful.
I remember that. I remember, no, wasn't it that show? I remember the guy that created the Atkins diet. It might have been another convention I was at.
Yeah.
He came out of the Javits Center. He slipped on ice
and died.
And banged his head, and he died the next day. And it's not funny, but I always remember like, holy crap, that guy was here to eat healthy. You live forever. And he ended up dying on an patchy ice, Horrible. But I do remember that. Horrible. But I remember when it was back then. There's no, but again, the well-organized thing, you're always going to have a little hiccup. Like obviously somebody didn't know where they get a photo, that type of thing, which I did not know. And then you go, well, how did that happen? But for the most part, people seem to know what they were doing. And you got to remember, like people like Kevin Eastman, their line went forever and they got everybody in. And Mark Silvestri, which is another huge line that we had. And, we had to work that way. But he was very happy. All the fans got to meet him, even stayed late on Sunday after the show ended to make sure everybody got signatures or whatever they were trying to get from him. Eastman was there till almost 10 o'clock on Saturday night.
Yes.
Sure. And he was there 8:30 in the morning on Sunday. He's like, he just went upstairs, slept a little bit, turned right around, came right back, started it up again on Sunday morning.
I will say that is a tremendous benefit to being right in the same hotel.
Yeah.
Because although he was there late, it was easy for him to just get a bite to eat, go to the room, and just pop up next day.
That was a great opportunity. And I mean,
and Mitch, I think it's also interesting to say about Terrificon. Like this year, I had a super low budget. So essentially, I had enough room for my motel, which was like 15 minutes away, and food. And I think I bought one comic book for my sister.
Yeah.
And I bought one sketchbook from Bob McLeod, and that was it. And I spent all 3 days there.
You were. Every time I looked, you were there. Yeah.
And I had a fantastic time. Just talking with the creators, talking with the artists, talking with the vendors. Just everyone's so friendly, and they're just willing to tell their stories. And it's like, these are our people. This is where we belong. And,
I've said that. I like that you could go up to people's table. You don't have to buy everything. I mean, they'd want you to buy, obviously, but you could go up and talk to, what Christopher Priest did, which I saw and I heard from a lot of people, which was really a very class act thing. He had a chair next to him. Most of the time the tables, they got two chairs, them and their assistant or their wife or their kids or something. So what you would go to Christopher Priest, you'd come up to him and he'd say, hey, take a seat. Obviously, he didn't have a lot of people with him, but you'd sit down next to him and he would just chat with you and he would just talk, answer questions and stuff. Dude, that's amazing to me. I mean, honestly, these are legendary comic guys. Christopher Priest, for goodness sakes, man, he's just sitting down with you, talking to you. What do you want to know about Black Panther? What do you want to know about the Punisher? What do you want to know about, U.S. Agent? Because he's written everybody. He even wrote Superman a couple years ago. So that's really amazing to see. Steve Englehart was there, legendary Steve Englehart.
Oh my God, he's written so much.
I know. This is the guy that created Mantis and Star-Lord and so many other things. And there he is. Just go up, talk to him, ask him what you want. And John Romita Jr. was there. I'm always amazed too. Sometimes I even amaze myself, but it's true because I just sit back and I stand outside and I look at all these creators and I look at all the fans and I'm just like shocked. One, that it's been going on so long, and two, that they showed up and they keep showing up, the fans and the creators,
It's a testament to you, Mitch.
It's just a good, I'm biased because it's my show, but this is, and I've said it before, I made the show to be something I would go to because I'm very choosy. If people know me, God knows, ask my wife when it comes to like going to a restaurant or anything like that. If it's not perfect, you'll know about it. You'll hear about it. Even if I don't speak up, you'll read it on my face. I'm not a good poker face. It'll be like, And my kids know it too. They go, "Oh, Jesus Christ, he's not happy." And I'm like, "No, no." And if I go, "No, it's fine. It's fine." And if you hear it's fine, you know it's not fine.
fine.
It's like
Oh,
he wants it
that's
this
an
way.
infamous. It's fine.
It's fine.
Everybody has one of those in their repertoire.
No, but I go to the show and I've gone to other conventions and they'll say, "Hey, how's this convention?" I go, "Yeah, it's fine." And that means, oh, he hates it. There's something not right here, or there's something wrong, or they're treating the guests wrong, or they're treating the attendees wrong, which is a bigger problem because I do see that sometimes. And I go, "Hey, it's not my house, not my rules. They're not my kids. I can't tell you how to raise them, but I do see stuff that drives me nuts at other shows." And I go, "What are you doing here?" But
No, it's very true, and it's funny because there's got to be a balance, and New York Comic Con has never learned this, by the way, right?
They would have learned it, Cliff, if they hired me in 2007 like they were going to.
They
And
should have.
They didn't. They did not. They went at the
They
last
missed
minute.
out.
You must have a balance between treating your guests well and your attendees well, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, Mitch, one thing that was like a passive compliment that for you all weekend were people appreciated the taped lines on the floor. Like it gave them a sense of organization, and then that was it. They just did it.
It looked a little crazy back there because I remember Walt Simonson looks like Disney World with all the lines and the maps, but we're on the fly. You assume who's going to have a long line, and then when the show actually happens, somebody you didn't plan on has a real long line, and now you got to redirect people. So you try to
worked every time.
It did. It really did. I mean, like I said, Key Kwan being there, his line was long right in front of the Turtles, right near Mark Silvestri. So you had 3 traffic lines bunking into each other. Haley Atwell's line went all the way back to the vendors practically. So we had to work around that. And you got to make it so that the artists and the vendors aren't being blocked so that they could still do commerce and talk to people all weekend. So you have to do this on the fly. And we're not that big like a New York Comic Con where they have football field size rooms where they could, don't worry about it. We have blocks of empty space. You could have people line up. I have to use economically the best amount of space I can in that room. So, it did look a little crazy when you saw it from above because I did see the floor plan and all the crazy lines and stuff, but it all worked, So it is what it is, buddy. But no, it was a good time. And again, I don't like to keep, patting myself on the back because I'm not that person, but I did think it went pretty damn smooth, And there will be out of 199 people that tell you you're great and one guy you pissed off, and I will go after that one thing and fixate on it because I'm that person. Like, why isn't this guy happy? What did I do wrong? And sometimes it comes down to you just can't make everybody happy. You could stand on your head, as my mom would say.
And some people are just jerks.
Some people are always going to be miserable. You know what I mean? I'm one of those people. I'm always like, it's not that great, But I do appreciate when people go out of their way and they try to do stuff. I've seen other people just throw a towel in and go, screw it. It's done. I'm not going to try. But no.
I truly believe that because the way you are,
OCD in me,
refined this year after year. The crowds have gotten bigger and bigger. People tell their friends, and there's an incredible loyalty to the people that attend Terrificon.
I had one kid ask for a photo with me. Again, this is kind of big-headed, stupid ego stuff. And they go, "Oh, I don't have any money to get a photo with you." I go, "Well, you already bought a ticket, so it kind of already gave me your money." So I was like, "What do you want?" They're like, "Oh, can I get a photo?" I was like, "Yeah." "Can you get an autograph?" I'm like, "Yeah, whatever you want. I don't care."
And Mitch, the VIPs.
Yeah.
So 2 of my buddies got VIP, and they were so thrilled. They got a T-shirt each day, and they lost their mind. They were like, "This is the best VIP ever."
Yeah.
I heard things about that too, dude. VIPs and they don't come through with what they're supposed to come through with. So that things like that make
it's the little things, it's the little things that people remember. It's like, "Oh, we don't have your size," and I actually hey, I've said it before. I wish I was 186 pounds like I used to be, but those days are long gone. So I do account for people my size in the girth. So I do have bigger sizes and stuff. And people go, "Thank you." I go, "Really?" They go, "It's the little stuff. It's the 4Xs. It's the 5Xs. It's the things. It's the thing smaller size people don't think of, but people like us that have to get big sizes always like, hey man, I really like the shirt, but do you have a bigger size maybe, and we did this year. So I was glad a lot of people appreciated it because I got people thanking me like, hey man, I'll wear your shirt now because you went out of the way and made a bigger size. I was like, yeah,
No, I was so shocked and impressed
yeah.
because my one friend who started telling me about it, he's like a regular size dude, like your son's
Yeah,
size.
exactly.
Fit, and I'm like, okay. And then his big dude friend's like, oh, I have VIP too. He's like, the shirt's in my size. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, no. And I already saw, and here's how crazy I am. I saw that, how like a Happy Meal box comes and, it's got McDonald's and stuff. I got a brochure from like a printing company and they have these boxes that you can custom make that you can put your logo and all that stuff. And I already saw it and I already took a screenshot of it and I already started planning the TERRIFICON tote. And I was like, maybe next year, everything in the VIP package comes in this cool little cardboard Happy Meal box, like a TERRIFICON meal. And you could open it up and you could put the shirt and there's a sticker and the pin and everything in this little box and give it to people. Nice. So I know it's like people are like, who cares? Why are you wasting your time with that? But I'm like,
people care.
That's because the people that are spending that extra money will care and they'll spend the extra money year after year.
And it's not that expensive to make these boxes. And the trading cards, I made that on a lark. Like, maybe I'll make a trading cards, 10th year trading cards. I didn't make a lot of them. They were sold out in 45 minutes. I don't even have a pack. I didn't even get to save one for myself for prosperity. I was like, what's going on? People wanted a lot of stuff, So it was cool. It was a fun time, man. I got nothing else. I can't. I got no stories. I can't tell you any behind the scenes tragedies or
No, thankfully there was no tragedies.
No, I'm like, everyone's like, oh, was there anything bad? No, it wasn't a suck fest. No, there wasn't any problems. I mean, everybody was happy. The actors, Billy Zane was happy. Henry Thomas. Jeremy.
I know Billy Zane was happy. I don't think that man has experienced that kind of celebrity love,
adulation. Yeah, I met him.
Oh my God, people keep talking to me.
I met him on Friday night, and I know he's working on this new Marlon Brando biopic, whatever you would call it. And that was the first thing I said to him. I said, hey, man, I just saw clips of you as Marlon Brando. It was insane because you look just like him, obviously with makeup, but he was acting like him. And he just started telling me all about the movie and the project he's coming out with. I think it's opening like next week. Nice. But he was very nice. I mean, I'm not a big Titanic fan. I knew him more from The Phantom. I think I've seen that movie more than I did Titanic.
So many people mentioned The Phantom when they saw him.
That's what I got autographed. He's like, what photo do you want? I go, Phantom. I didn't even think twice about it, So
they're like, we're doing this, sir. This right here.
Yeah. I mean, he was well, and it was really nice. Titus Wellever, very nice guy from New Haven, as most good people are. You don't know what to expect because I only seen him on television in some movies and stuff. I saw him in The Town with Ben Affleck, and my wife watched him on Bosch, and I saw him on The Mandalorian and some other stuff, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Nicest guy, wants to come back next year. I'm like, dude, you can come back all the time,
Nice.
Maybe I can get Paul Giamatti.
Lovely. She was lovely.
Bitsy Tulloch was nice.
Paul Giamatti with you, yes.
Yeah, right. Get Paul Giamatti. Get the rest of the New Haven crew. Her husband, is it David Gurnali? I think I'm saying it right.
Yeah, they were both in Grimm.
Yeah, he was funny as hell, man. We had a great time with that guy because I only saw a couple Grimm. I wasn't a big fan. I didn't watch a lot of it, but it just he's fun. Tyler Hoechlin, I could see why he was Superman. One of the nicest guys on the planet. It's like you don't want Superman to be a jerk, but no
he is. Great. I think he might be. I think he's my favorite TV Superman.
Right?
I think so because he just that aura of kindness is so genuine, and watching him walk around with the young man playing his son.
Yeah, Alex.
Watching them walk around together was so sweet, and all of it, it was like genuinely sacred, and I was like, oh my God, but I
almost like they are father and son. Look at that,
No, what's really funny is watching them walk around. It was very brotherly, and I thought that was really cute. and but also maybe a little bit fatherly, because like I noticed like the way when they were just walking through the show, the way he would lean over to talk to him, like in a "you're doing okay" kind of way. Like I was just like, oh my God, I can't handle how beautiful this is right now.
You know, it's so funny. In the green room in the back, I walked in and Tyler was there with Bitsy and Alex, and and she's telling him, now Alex, do this and that. He's like that. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it's like his mom's here. She was just like, are you doing all right? And I'm like, this is weird. I know they're actors, but I guess they worked together for 4 years.
So exactly. They worked together for 4 years. I think they're really close. I wish I could. I'm not 100% sure what happened with the other actor. You know.
Yeah.
I just.
Well, you know, it's funny you say that. They did offer me that fella to come up, but again, I don't know
the original or the replacement.
The original kid.
Oh.
And I don't know the behind the scenes. I don't know what happened with productions and stuff like that. And they were like, no, you can bring him up. So I didn't know. It's like, is it cool to bring the kid up? I mean, do they all
do I bring the first guy or the second guy?
The first guy, yeah. It's like, do I bring them both? Which is awkward, you know? I'm like, I don't know what happened to the production and why he left. And it's so I kind of skipped it, but I could have brought that first Jonathan. Jonathan, right? Yeah, the other kid was Jordan. So, I was like, again, wouldn't that have been awkward if I flew him up and they're like, "Oh, we don't talk to that guy"? Like,
I got the vibe that he left because of mental health.
Oh, I have no idea. Like I said, I don't know.
No, no one really knows, right? But I presume from like the little bit that the press had to say that he's like, look, I'm leaving because I need time.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I take everything I read on the internet with a grain of salt because you don't know who's writing it.
No, but that's the thing. I read it with a grain of salt, and then I start trying to read between the lines. And I'll let you in on one other piece.
What's that?
We did a cameo for my friend's daughter, and while we were watching it, we're like, oh my God, is he okay? Like, he started talking about becoming an adult and adulting and how difficult it is and the toll it takes on you. And we're like, oh, he needs a break from the show. He needs a break.
How old? I mean, I assume he's a young fellow, like 2022. Yeah.
No, like he was, but at the time he made the cameo, I think he was only 19 or 20.
Oh, really? Wow, that is young.
So, like, you know, and of course, my friend's daughter, she was 12 at the time when she got it. And now we all talk about it. She goes, oh man, I watched that cameo. And I go, this poor guy.
You know what? I remember years ago, we met Jake Lloyd, who was Anakin Skywalker in Phantom Menace. And my kids met him at a Disney World thing. And it had to be like 2005. And he wasn't much older than them. I mean, I think he was probably like 15 at the time or 14. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of sadness around the kid. I mean, I think he had some issues going on in his personal life, but I just remember that. I remember he stood there with the little signs at Anakin. He was nice to the boys, but I did talk to him. I said, hey man, you know, you okay? Because you could just feel it. And he's a young kid. I mean, he was only like 15 or so. And I was like, you all right, man? It's, you know, come on, cheer up a bit. There was just a sense of a gloom or sadness around the kid, you know, but, you don't know what's going on, and you only meet people for mere minutes, so you have no idea what their whole life is in a span of 5 seconds. So it's not one to judge.
Listen,
but
I got to meet Peter Mayhew for 1 minute.
Yeah,
we walked the street together.
Really?
Okay. And because we were going from the hotel to the convention center in Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
And I said, wow. George Lucas said that when he found you, he couldn't meet anybody taller. And he says, and now there's tall guys like you all over Europe. I'm hard pressed to believe that, sir. And he laughed. And and of course, I walked past his booth the rest of the weekend, but like it's one of those things where I was doing other comic book stuff, but just the fact that I had that moment and I made him laugh just made me feel so good.
Yeah.
I did not see him smile all Friday.
No, he was in a lot of pain in his like daily routine because of his knees and such. I mean, he was 7-3 or 4, and he did have a lot of aches and pains. I know that for a fact. And he walked with a cane and then a wheelchair towards the end. So you probably did cheer him up, man.
No, I felt like $1 million, and this would be the cane phase of his life. You know? But he
Yeah.
did have at least someone gave him a dope ass cane that he had
With
for
the
this.
Chewbacca thing on the head?
Yes,
Was that
on
it? Yeah, I
the
remember that. Yeah.
top.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, this is great.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. You know who is a superstar and he always is and he always will be? John Wesley Shipp.
Yes.
There's never a sad person around John Wesley Shipp. The
And I
man,
tell you, I was so happy that he looked so good.
he
This
does.
shit,
Yeah. Yeah. And always smiling,
Mhm.
always makes people smile. I've had him, you know that, Rich. He's been with me at shows since
Oh yeah,
2013.
absolutely. I saw him come in Friday, Mitch,
Yeah.
and he was coming in. He was going right toward his table,
Yeah.
and he recognized me, and I saw him, and I said, "Hey, John, how are you?" And he stepped away from his people to come over and like shake
Oh
my
yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lovely, lovely guy.
Always, I swear to God, it's like I've never had anybody ever, I don't think anybody ever would say anything negative against John Wesley Shipp, because it's like there's not a lot of people out there that even if they're having a bad day, they don't let it show, because this guy is always happy, always smiling, always makes
Yeah.
people happy.
But again, incredible loyalty to you because you had him when he was at a low point in his career.
I had him.
He
I
did
think
the Trumbull, Connecticut shows.
he was doing a Sci-Fi Channel movie, if I remember at the time, and he was in the area. And they called. He called. And they said, "Hey, can you come?" I was like, "All right." And I didn't know his soap opera work. Obviously, I just knew him as the Flash. Which
Oh,
was like,
I knew him from his All My Children and Loving.
I didn't know him. I didn't watch that stuff, so I didn't know.
But you know what's funny is I knew him from those two shows after he was the Flash.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, what's he doing here? And then I saw him on Dawson's Creek, and I was like, all right, Dawson's Creek is a better.
Oh yeah, he's the dad. I think he played Mitch on that show, didn't he? Wasn't that his name?
The father, yeah.
Yeah. And the thing of it is, the Flash was not in syndication. There wasn't any of the streaming services. I had it on DVD. I think, it came out just before 2013, 2012, I think it came out. And I had bought it because that's the only way you could see the Flash at the time. It wasn't on, WB or whatever the hell that stuff was, So, yeah, it's always great to see him as well. I'm trying to think. I think I got everybody on the list. Carl Lumley, Superman Lois, the voice actors, as always, Larry Kenny's always great. And Melanie and those Baldur's Gate, the video game people, they're very successful, So, and that guy, Brian Toshi from the Turtles, has not aged a second since the 80s. It's one of these people, you see him, you're like, wait a minute, why does that guy still look like he did in 1985? And the rest of us are all old.
He was also in that nerd movie.
He was Revenge of the Nerds. He was in Revenge of the Nerds. He was in Police Academy movies. I mean, it's insane when you see these people. You're like, oh my God, he looks like he stepped out of 1988. He's back for real. And I know Cliff had a good time with the vendors. I know his whole crew was there.
And you have all these great friends now, Mitch. I mean, you're hanging out at Walt Simonson's house. You and Jerry Ordway now have had quite a friendship for years. You and Franco go to the movies together. I mean, you're living the nerd dream life when you're not running the con.
Sure. Yes. If
you've got enough art to open a goddamn
small museum.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? You do say that, but you know what? I don't ask people for stuff, because I was thinking about that the other day. I was at Walt and Louise's house, and I see people getting drawings and signatures and stuff like that. I think I gave Walt Simonson a 3x5 index card that I had mailed him back in 1982 or 1 when I was like 14 years old. And what I used to do is I got an index card, and there used to be a magazine called the Comics Journal and the Comics Reader. And I cut out one of the covers, and I took my Elmer's glue and I glued it to this index card, and I mailed it to him. And I said, could you please sign this? Because there was no conventions. There was no comic book conventions in Connecticut. And I wasn't sure going to go to New York City. My family wouldn't take me there. And I said, could you please sign this? And he signed the back of it and sent it to me. And I found it. I had him, Bill Sienkiewicz, Sal Buscema, and another artist named Brent Anderson who did Kazar. And they all signed these little cards and sent them back to me. And I still keep them. And I said to Walt, I left it on his chair, and I said, "Hey, it's been over 45 years since I sent you this, or 43 years, whatever it was." I said, "Could you just draw me a Captain America?" And he's like, "Yeah, all right." And that's like, I do have a Captain America now from Walt Simonson. But again, I don't really, not bother, but I don't really ask um, these folks when I see them. I mean, I don't ask Jerry Ordway to draw me a Superman picture,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't ask Franco to draw me anything. It's usually folks I just go out, you know, for pizza and I don't think about that stuff. Maybe that's why I get along with them well. I don't know. Maybe that's why they
I do
talk.
feel some of that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of like, well, while we're here.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, even the actors, I don't have a photo with me and Tyler Hoechlin. And because lots of times I'm just working the show, so I don't really stand out and do the fanboy thing and go, "Oh, let me get an autograph. Let me get something from Michaela Hoover or Brian Posehn." I got a picture of him real quick when he was running by, and I said, "Oh, Brian, just let me get a quick photo with you." I didn't get anything autographed or anything. It's just like there's too many plates spinning in the air to stop and get a lot of stuff signed. I love it when the artists give me artwork. I mean, that's fantastic. Like Keith Williams drew me this fantastic Dr. Doom, and this shirt here was by Tom Derenick, and he gave me a Dr. Doom drawing and such, and that's always cool. I mean, I have these beautiful portfolios with all the artwork. There's a Jerry Ordway, and he did a little Wildcat on there, huh?
Yes, he did. He gave me that. And Wildcat's floating head looks like it belongs. I love it.
It looks like it should be up there. How did he do that? He put a little white out in there.
He did white out and everything. Amazing.
Wow,
right?
That is cool. How he
and I have to thank Dave for acquiring this. I very much appreciate it.
That's nice. That's a great cover. That's a famous cover there.
Such a great cover. One of my favorite issues from the run, and coincidentally, not something I brought along with me. Dave brought this along. He's like, "Cliffy, you think you like this?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, give me $50."
Oh yeah.
Oh, Mitch, Tony Harris. I talked with him and his wife all weekend. They're lovely.
Yeah.
And we were just chatting about general stuff, about the con, about the beds, about the hotel. And I remember saying to Becky, I was like, I don't really have any like huge interview questions. Yeah. And I don't want to just kill Tony with Starman. He's probably Starman to death. And I go, but I know it was just the 30th anniversary. And she goes, "Oh no, he'll love to talk about that." So not only did he talk about the 30th anniversary, but then he told me that it's not announced yet. So he was announcing it, but not announcing it. And I double checked with him before putting the info out. But there's going to be a 4-issue limited series with the original creative team coming out in the near future by DC Comics for Starman.
That's great. Is that James Robinson, the writer? Mm-hmm. And then him? Oh, wow. That's a cool thing. Yeah. See, you got a little bit of tidbit there. I don't know what that link is someone just sent there. This Christina Payne. I don't know what that is.
That is the link to your Instagram.
Oh, that's my Instagram.
Yes.
Oh, there's a mosquito in here. Ugh. No wonder I'm getting bit up down here. There's a bug. I'll have to kill it with Droids issue 3.
As you should.
As I should. I don't want to get West Nile virus or whatever. This just in, Terrificon comes to a crashing halt as Mitch gets bitten by a freaking... Oh, there it is. The goddamn thing. Son of a bitch. Go, you blood-sucking son of a fuck. I just killed it. It was actually biting my leg. I should wear pants when I do these interviews, but I don't. So neither does Cliff. I mean,
I know. Don't let him stand up.
Well,
thank you for coming with us, Mitch.
I appreciate it, gentlemen. And it's almost 11, and I can go. Yes, I can go play Indiana Jones in the. I don't even know what the hell it's called. I got it.
So everyone, go out, get your Terrificon tickets starting in November.
The Great Circle. That's what it's called. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Yeah, and let me know who you want to see because I have no idea. No, I know. Are you kidding me? I already have a list. It's insane. I already got the list. I'm already sending letters to people and annoying them. Like, hey, could you come next year, August 7th to the 9th, please?
We'll be like, yes.
I like the guy. I did one of these interview shows last Wednesday, and I don't know the gentleman, but he said, "Oh, could you come on the show?" Sure. And he started asking me, like, "Are you going to sell the show? How much would you sell it for?" And I was like, "Wow, what a bunch of weird questions this is." But I didn't I was very cagey.
It's a little inappropriate.
I thought so too. It's like, well, sir, how much do you make every year? What? What's your income tax? What are you pulling down after taxes? It's very weird. I go, why? Do you think you could do a better job? Do you want this job? You want to run the show? Then I saw one where people wanted me to move it out of state. I'm like, that's nuts. Why? Where would I go?
Go national.
Don't
South Dakota? Just do multiple ones. Terrificon all across the country.
Terrificon West. Oh, like they do those shows, like they add the city afterwards, like Terrificon Nashville, Terrificon Boise. Yeah, that's gonna happen. I'll give it to Cliff. I like Cliff.
Does Mohegan Sun have like a chain of things all around?
Mohegan Sun has a casino resort in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they have another one.
I want you to know, I'm
Vegas.
I'm so afraid that the show would kill me, but I would do everything in my power to try and make it live up to what you've made it.
So if I go to the happy hunting ground, as my grandfather would say, you, Cliff, are going to, son of Terrificon. Is that what you're going to do? Terrificon 2. Not so Terrificon.
The almost Terrificon. Or the astonishing Terrificon.
Oh,
well, have you ever thought about that, Mitch? Because the boys aren't really interested in this kind of nerd stuff. So
this is what I was just killing that mosquito with.
If you never sold it, would you pass it along, or would it just be done?
I give it to Harley, my dog.
There you go. Harley will run it.
Harley will run it as long as you give her some Milk-Bone dog biscuits and scratch her behind the ear. She'll do it. It's fine.
She's a good girl.
I don't know, Rich. I don't know. My boys, I mean, they do their own thing. They're, both have successful jobs, but I was like, the legacy, I guess somebody wants to take it over, right? They never thought about that. I think their friends have asked them. They said, hey, why don't you do your dad's job? And no kid wants to do their dad's job. I mean, nobody wants to be, and son,
And son.
Yeah, Mitch Hallock and son presents Terrificon. They'd be like, oh, please, Dad, get out of here, will you? I don't know.
You never know.
I don't know. I mean, I'll be 60 next year. When this next show happens, I'll be 60 years old when it happens. I'll be...
Still
I don't know.
These days, people go into their 90s, no problem.
Yeah, other people do. Not us Italians. We don't do that. We don't live long. You know that.
Well, Jesus, how old is your mom? She's
my mom is 87. God bless her, and she'll be 88 next month.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad, 60. His dad, 59.
Mm-hmm.
I'm knocking on the door, I guess. Hopefully not. But
you're not knocking it.
But my
how's
mom,
the ticker doing? The ticker's doing good?
We hope. My mom's side is that's why I have this heart, this hammer to jump.
I know Sharon makes you go to the doctor. Don't be. I don't know.
No, I don't. My great grandmother lived to be 103. Mm-hmm. So on my mom's side, they're all very long lived. So we've got that going.
So you just got to end up in the middle.
Yeah, you hope, right? You live in hope, you die in despair. They say. I don't know. What am I going to do with all this hoarder stuff when I'm gone? I mean, all these little action figures, McFarlane Toys. Stop making such cool action figures. Did I really need this cheetah? Probably not, but I have it now because why? In some cell,
you can.
It makes me happy. And then, of course, those 3 words all us OCD collectors can't stand: collect them all.
Mm-hmm.
Collect them all is just like saying, "Give me your wallet." It's the same 3 words because
you hook up with Tim Seeley's wife, and she'll show you how to sell all the art regularly at art shows.
Oh, is Seeley's wife his manager for that?
No, well, she does all that art. She has Panel Punk Originals, and she represents several comic artists and sells their art.
Did I need a Super Friends Superman with a kryptonite ball and chain? I don't know why, but I do have it.
You've got a lot of guys there.
I have a lot. And you're lucky that I'm very engaged in the show because on a lot of these podcasts, I get bored and I'll just randomly stop and start playing with toys in the middle of the show. If you watch Trek Watch, you'll know what I'm talking about because stuff will fall and I start picking up little action figure guns and I'm playing with Mr. Terrific over here and They're like, "Are you paying attention?" I'm like, "What now?" They're like, "You're not even listening."
So when the hotel was on fire, what did you do? What fire?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, "Hey, look at this! It's the Rag Man. Look, it's like Captain Cold's over here." I have a new Mr. Terrific thing going on. I do have one regret for this year's TERRIFICON.
Yes.
And Kevin McGuire, the artist, brought it up to me. He said, "You have Michaela Hoover, who played Cat Grant. You had Anthony Carrigan coming, but he had to get pulled off because he's doing a new TV show that I can't tell you what he's doing, but that's why he wasn't there last minute." And again, kids, don't get mad at Uncle Mitchie when they say they have to cancel. You got to understand, if you're an actor, there's only a small window of opportunities sometimes that come into play. If they call you up and say, "Hey, you're going to be in a TV show or a movie, or you can go to Connecticut and make a couple $1,000 and make some people happy," I've got to say the career kind of takes precedence because, you got your union dues, you got your medical, it's like, do you want to go to work or do you want to go to TERRIFICON? Well, I don't know. So, but anyway, Kevin McGuire said to me, "Why didn't you bring the actor who played Mr. Terrific in the new Superman movie?" And I kicked myself because I said, you know what? Why the hell didn't I? Because I had the Arrowverse Mr. Terrific years ago. I brought Echo Kellum back in 2017. It was when we were at the smaller convention center, Mohegan Sun. I had the actor that played Mr. Terrific on the Arrow TV show.
Right.
But I didn't even think, why did I get the guy that plays him in the movie? Because that would have been a cool thing. Like Mr. Terrific goes to TERRIFICON. It could have been called Mr. TERRIFICON,
Edie Gathegi is his name.
I will rectify that. I will make sure. And I'm going to bring in Tom Mandrake, who I've had before, who's an artist who was the co-creator on the character 37 years ago, whatever it was. And I'll bring in John Ostrander, who was the writer of that book. I think it was the Spectre issue.
It was the Spectre.
Issue something. I have it autographed by the other Mr. Terrific. I'll have to get it autographed by him. So yes, I should bring them in. Because I like doing that nerdy stuff. It's like, hey, look, there's the artist and the writer who created the character, and here's the actor who played him in the live action version. So it's kind of a full circle, if you will.
Spectre number 54 in 1997.
There you go. 1997 it was. All right, so I was off a bit. So there. And did you ever see the talented young attendee that comes with the Mr. Terrific leather jacket? He's been wearing it for years.
Yes.
He comes with, it says fair play on it,
Yes.
Yeah, he's really cool. And I was like, oh, I got to bring him in just so that kid could meet him. I think he was at the one back in 2017. I think that's the first time I saw that jacket. So, yeah, I like seeing the same cosplayers year after year after year, like Banana Man. And I don't know.
Didn't he do something different this year, Banana Man? Wasn't he like low?
Banana Man changes. He changes his costume every single day.
Oh, okay.
And I saw him one day. Did you see the guy that was the mask?
No.
Yes, I did. With
he was great. He had the maracas. Oh, that's what they had. The mask guy with the maracas and Banana Man with the maracas. It was like stereo. I was in between the two of them. He was great. Whatever happened to McDaniel McLeod? Remember I posted a picture of him the other day, Mr. T?
He's got health issues right now.
Oh,
his legs are blowing up. And
he used to be great. He was such a great Mr. T in character all those years with that massive bazooka that he used to bring around, that rocket launcher thing he used to have. I used to see him at New York Comic Con. He was the staple of the shows. You'd see him, oh my God, it's him, So, and Ruby was always great. Remember Ruby Renesco with the Man-Bat suit? That was one of him. I don't know. I'm sure he's still out there. I just haven't seen him in a long time. But there's certain costumes that were always like amazing. And the Man-Bat costume, I know Neil Adams loved it. He used to always say, "Where's that kid?" Because that was a great costume. Did you see the fellow that was dressed as Quint from Jaws this year? He was really well done.
Yes, yeah.
He had the beer with him all weekend. Like he kept crushing the beer cans.
I saw a guy that had a Venom outfit that had it's the main Venom head, and there were like 5 Venom heads behind it.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that too. Yeah, I love the cosplayers. I wish we get more of them. You know, I love all the work they put into it.
This year seemed a little low on the cosplay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they went to another show. I don't know.
I thought there was a decent amount.
Yeah, there was a decent amount. It just felt a little bit low. Did you see the Slimer puppet, Mitch?
Slimer puppet? No, I don't think I saw the Slimer puppet.
This kid had he was dressed in a Ghostbusters outfit, and he had a Slimer puppet.
No, I didn't see that at all. No. Yeah. I saw a lot of Captain Carters. I saw a lot of Peggy Carters. Yeah, I saw the Chewbacca was amazing. Mm-hmm. He was one of the few people taller than Cliff.
Yeah.
He was great. I saw Chewbacca. He was with the 501st.
Oh, there was a Transformer that was dancing all over the place.
I saw the Transformer dancing all over too. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of. I saw the guy's Dr. Midnight that had the owl on his arm, Artemis the owl. It was the old-fashioned JSA.
Yeah, that was
Frank.
Robert Frank.
Robert Frank. That's right. Yeah. He's been like the Atom. He's been at the show in the past.
Yeah. He used to run the DC Cosplayers East out of New York.
Yes. Yeah, they used to have the whole Justice Society. They're very cool. Mm-hmm. I think I saw a Jay Garrick Flash. Maybe. Did you see John Wesley Shipp had the helmet and the cowl?
Yes.
From the show? Yeah, that was cool to see.
I love that he had the helmet. And all I'm thinking is, which set did you steal this from? Was it from Stargirl or was it from the Flash? But he took it from somewhere.
I think there's subtle differences in the helmet. I think if you watch the show.
No, there's the smallest difference. That's why I couldn't tell which one he had. But he clearly walked away with one, or they just said, here, take it, before somebody knows.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, a lot of that CW. I'm sure the Grant Gustin has a Flash suit. I'm sure Melissa Benoist has a Supergirl suit and such, you know. Why not? I think we should have asked Tyler Hoechlin if he stole the Superman suit. Mm-hmm. Right?
Hey, what about getting Supergirl, Mitch?
Which one? Helen Slater or Melissa Benoist?
The newest one.
The newest one. Oh, what's her name? Melissa Halcock or something?
Oh, I think she's
Holly something. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Wait. Yeah, I don't know.
Millie Alcock. Oh yeah,
Millie Alcock. Butchered that name.
Yes, I guess we'll see with the hype of when that movie's coming out.
I think it's next summer.
Yeah, well, you get her and Jason. Can you get her and Jason Momoa together? They're both in that movie.
Oh, that would be something, huh? Now, wouldn't that be something?
I'd love to see Melissa. You know, I mean, she's got her Glee behind her, Supergirl behind her.
Right, she was on Glee. Yeah.
Show The Waterfront. She's currently starring in, I think.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got 11 months to figure it out. I mean, literally 11 months from like this Friday or Saturday. But I better get working.
You already got 50% of it's already laid out.
No, I have Dietrich Bader, one of the Batman, Brave and Bold Batman's coming. Mm-hmm. I've got the voice actors from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming from the cartoon.
Rob Paulson?
Whatever ones they were on that show. Yeah. Barry Gordon, I think, is one of them. Mm-hmm. I have what artist can I tell you already? I don't want to tell you too many because people forget. So it's like, why bother? But I got people.
Well, we're excited. We can't wait.
Yeah.
TERRIFICON 2026.
And you'll be there and Cliff will be there.
No doubt.
And that's all you need. That's a party right there. You don't need
it. Is a party, and I'll summon the Canadians too.
There you go. Oh, okay. I was gonna just tell you a Canadian guy that I got coming, but I'm gonna hold back.
All right, hold back.
Well, gotta keep some surprises.
Thanks for being here. And Cliff, you want to sign us off?
Thanks for joining us tonight. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget, if you need comic book supplies, you can head right over to BCW. Put in the promo code Cliff Comics, save 10% on your order. You're helping me and the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Mitch, you were wonderful. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Cliff and Rich. Yes, and tell the folks at BCW to set up a booth at TERRIFICON next year.
I'm there. Shill. It doesn't. when I get it to work in reverse, I will. Do
Oh,
that.
all right. I was gonna say because I literally am staring at the BCW logo up and down a stack of freaking small boxes right here.
As am I. But yeah, I'll work on it. Maybe I'll drive out there cross country. Do a video.
Where are they?
I don't. They're somewhere like.
Oh, I thought they were nearby.
I wish they were nearby. They're not.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go, kiddies.
Yeah,
And go, Rich, you'll have to wear your shirt next year.
Yeah.
Indiana.
Oh, well, there you go. Maybe Zia will come back. I haven't seen Zia in a couple years.
Well, I was trying to. I think I'm going to end up hitting you up with a proposal. I think we should do a whole Neil Adams tribute panel. We should get with her connections. Get the two girls. They can get Bill Sienkiewicz to come.
Oh, that would be great.
They'll get Frank Miller to come because he was a huge Neil Adams guy. They'll get
absolutely.
He's been there before. He was in Milestone Comics.
There was a lot of people that worked in continuity.
Yeah.
Dennis Cowan worked there.
Yeah, Dennis Cowan. That's who I was thinking about. Dennis Cowan. Yeah. We could do a huge Neil Adams tribute and pay homage to him because he was a huge.
I wonder how old Neil would have been. I think he would have been like, what, 85 next year? Something like that.
It's been 3 years.
Yeah, but I think he was only like 82, so I think it would have been his 85th birthday. I know Jack Kirby's birthday was just 2 days ago. Mm-hmm. And I saw people post. I think he was like 103 or something,
And Cliff and I will be happy to run the panel.
There you go.
Absolutely.
I am open to podcasters running panels, as you well know, because I'm like, hey, good. One less thing I got to do. Go. So.
Awesome.
That's it, guys. I got nothing.
Take us off the air, Cliff.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment after the video, all that good stuff. We appreciate you. Mitch, thank you again for being here. Love you, folks. Everybody, have a good night.